15-foot above-ground pool in the basement of a home in the town of LaGrangeville. You got that? It's a pool in the basement above ground.
Yes, you did, that's a good girl.
Ai! Filha da mãe.
Is this real life right now? Not only that was an anaconda in someone's house, that has to be the world's biggest anaconda. I would for sure be freaking out. I remember once I found a Madagascar cockroach and I couldn't sleep for a week. And no, it wasn't in my house, I was on vacation. I think it was in like Cuba. How's it going, you guys? I'm your host for this one, Landon Dallatsing, and welcome back to another most amazing top 10 video. And you know what, it's finally springtime outside, so you know what, I'm in a kind of hyper mood. Also, I'm super excited for this video. This is officially sponsored by the W Brothers. They created this chain for me. You guys have been seeing me wear it in some videos. Right now they're having a March 30% off sale, so that's 10% on top of that for just using the code MA10. So who are they? Well, they're a modern jewelry customization business that specializes in making beautiful everlasting silver and gold jewelry. I told them exactly what I wanted and they were easily able to do it. Because they have amazing quality, they're offering a lifetime maintenance on all custom orders. They want to make sure that you shine all the time. So it's time to stop buying cheap material jewelry that rust and leave your skin green. And ladies, how many of you have a pile of worn jewelry that's just rusting and collecting bacteria? Stop adding to that collection and get yourself a custom ring or pendant with a real meaning to it. So make sure you guys go check them out, the W Brothers, and you guys can start your own custom collection of jewelry. Their jewelry can be the perfect gift for birthdays, anniversaries, milestones, or any celebrations. So the big sale ends 3 days after you see this video, so make sure you guys don't miss out. Click the link and get your very own. We're starting off strong here with a crocodile in this woman's house. This would freak me out. Well, this crocodile comes in at number 10.
Ben, that's it. Open the door. Good girl.
Okay, what the heck? This thing has a name, you named it? And why did she open the door willingly? I mean, this is a beast that can easily eat you for breakfast. And you're fine with this?
Yes, you did, that's a good girl.
I think someone needs to get this woman a goldfish, maybe a pet dog, because having a pet alligator just isn't normal. But this woman even knows how stupid and dangerous this is. In her video, in the description part, it says, don't ever try to approach or feed a crocodile, with 2 exclamation marks at the end of it. I think this is a huge recipe for disaster, and if you're lonely, there are free dating sites out there. Download Tinder and start swiping. And don't you dare pose with the crocodile as your profile picture. From a scary croc to now finding a woman living in your attic is next up at number 9. I couldn't believe this one. Maybe I should have saved this for number 1, because what's scarier than living with someone for like a year and you didn't even know about it? You weren't even collecting rent.
When Davis Wallman got to his Green Lake home, he noticed some lights on.
I don't immediately freak out, but I'm like, this is not ordinary.
He didn't think too much of it until a strange noise startled him.
Imagine going into your attic and you see a bed and some food wrappers everywhere. And you know what? This is actually more common than you think. I was able to find so many videos of people living in people's attics and even basements.
How creepy is this? A surveillance camera catches a man crawling around an attic. Down below, this family's bedroom, where this couple sleeps. Next to the bed, their 10-month-old baby girl's crib.
I mean, come on, what is wrong with people? The neighbor has been going inside of their house for years. The couple noticed some lights piercing through the ceiling, so that's when they installed surveillance cameras. Well, this is what they were able to capture. The neighbor was this old man who just likes to watch from afar. A snake lair brings us to number 8. A young couple just bought their dream house and they were excited to begin their new life together. But their plans came to an abrupt halt when they discovered that they weren't living alone. They started to hear rustling sounds within their walls, so they decided to look behind a wall and dozens of snakes came bursting out. The homeowners decided to check out their crawl space beneath their house, and they were even more shocked to find their dream home was sitting on top of a gigantic snake pit. It literally looks like Satan's lair.
Square on top of a snake den where the serpents sleep, breed, and multiply by the hundreds with no way out but up through the house.
Things get even worse. The snakes poisoned their tap water, and the snakes have been releasing a gross musk, which raises their chances of getting salmonella and tapeworms. I mean, no thanks. The couple had to declare bankruptcy because they couldn't afford to fix their home. Well, I hope that their new home is snake free. Swimming into number 7, we have a shark tank. I'm not even exaggerating. Officers from the New York State Department of Environment Conservation found 7 live sharks in an above ground pool. And this was found in someone's basement. Take a look at this.
15-foot above ground pool in the basement of a home in the town of LaGrangeville. You got that? It's a pool in the basement above ground.
Is this for real? What kind of person thinks to themselves, you know what this house needs? A frickin' shark tank. How do you even go about executing this plan? And how the hell does one buy 7 sharks without raising suspicion? Once the police entered the basement, they found 7 live sandbar sharks, 2 dead leopard sharks, and a dead hammerhead shark. I mean, a dead hammerhead shark? This house is located in New York State. I can't believe that something like this actually happened. The police said that the homeowner was probably breeding these sharks to sell them to private collectors. This guy couldn't even keep the sharks alive. What a bad business owner. Whatever happened to owning a pet hamster? I guess those days are long over. Next up, number 6. This next one would freak me out. Someone on Reddit wrote about one of their experiences, and this is what they said. In my sophomore year of college, my friends and I decided we wanted to rent a house. My mom was handling all of my loans at the time, well, just the paperwork, not the actual paying of said loans, so she wouldn't let me move in, but I hung there a lot. We were checking out the house and looked behind this big furnace, only to find a door that couldn't be seen from the main walkway, and the realtor obviously didn't know about it because she didn't show it to us. We went in and the lights didn't seem to work, so we brought a flashlight. As we walked into the room, we noticed it smells really stuffy, and it's pretty apparent that no one has been in there for a very long time. Upon further investigation, we found that there was a noose hanging from a 1,000-pound bracing unit, and that was located on the ceiling, and there was all kinds of things written all over the walls, plus a bunch of old junk that had been thrown in there. We're not sure what happened in that house, and nobody knew about the room, so we cut down the noose and never went in that room again. Is this real life right now? Was this like a secret kill room? I mean, it's very, very plausible. I wonder how many people have been hung there, or you know what? I don't really want to know that answer, but we should definitely start an investigation inside that house because we might have a serial killer on our hands. Flying into number 5, we have bats. A family was devastated when they discovered that their new house was actually infested with hundreds of bats. I mean, not one bat. We're talking about multiple. I mean, they must have had a terrible real estate agent and home inspector, because how do you miss 100 bats? The bats had taken over the attic, walls, and ceiling. Bats return to the same spot every year. So even if you tried to get rid of them, they will probably come back the following year. They'll find their way. It is estimated that this family was living with approximately, get this, like 800 bats. That is a terrible real estate agent. And who inspected that house? They could hear them inside the walls, they can smell them, and they're able to see them from time to time. This is actually so terrifying and disgusting all at the same time. This entire list is making me scared to buy a house, and I guess it's safe to say you never know what could be lurking behind your walls. Next up, number 4, we have dungeons. One man was stunned when he moved into his new apartment and discovered a trap door in front of his bathroom. Naturally, the man thought it would be a good idea to explore his sketchy looking tunnel that looks like it can collapse at any moment. At first he thought that this room wasn't strange at all until he noticed a set of stairs. As it turns out, the house was built over an old English monastery, and it had a series of passages underneath the house. These creepy passages led to rooms that looked like dungeons from your worst nightmare. Who knows what is inside of these rooms? All I know for certain is that I wouldn't stick around to find out. Up next, things get even more creepier with mummified remains, and this brings us to number 3. Imagine if you just bought a new house and you go down into the basement and explore, but you end up finding some very old mummified remains. I'd probably call up my realtor and and tell her to put this house on the market again, because there's no way I would be living in a house with a creepy old dusty mummies in my basement. So back in 2010, a woman sadly discovered these mummified remains of 2 newborn infants, and it was sealed in a trunk in the basement. The trunk had the 2 infants, and also there was Peter Pan merchandise inside of it. The trunk belonged to a woman named Janet M. Berry, and those were her children, but the circumstances that led her to bury her children in the trunk is a mystery. This might be the creepiest thing I've ever heard of all day, so you know what? It's time to move on. An underground prison locks itself in at number 2. Rewind to 2013, a man named Ariel Castro was arrested. They discovered that he had been keeping young women imprisoned in his basement for years. Between the years of 2000 and 2004, these young girls had been kidnapped by Ariel Castro, and they were kept in a small bedroom and fed only once per day. They were constantly abused, and they were only able to bathe when he thought it was necessary. Luckily, a neighbor saw the woman when they tried to break free, and he helped them to escape. He became known as a local hero.
Something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Something is wrong here.
Finally, at number 1, we saved the scariest for last. We have done it again, guys, and we have an anaconda found inside of a house. Okay, quick, someone called J-Lo. We need to get rid of this thing ASAP, or maybe Nicki Minaj. So this guy found a gigantic anaconda slithering around his house, and this is what he decided to do about it.
Ai! Filha da mãe.
Does this guy want to die? I'd literally run out of my house and live on the streets. I'd accept the fact that this anaconda owns my house and can take over my mortgage, because there's no way I'm ever stepping inside of that house ever again. Even if they remove it, I mean, how did it even get there in the first place? I don't know what possessed him to touch this beast, but I think I can safely say that this guy doesn't make very good life decisions, and if he keeps up his bad habits of touching large creatures that can swallow you whole, I don't see him lasting long. Well, there you guys have it. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys click the links down below. The sale only goes on for 3 days, so make sure you guys get your own custom jewelry like we did. I mean, this thing is absolutely sick. That's it for me. I will see you guys all in the next most amazing top 10 video. Bye.